Okay, guys, the last thing that we're going to look at for the equations of circles is if they give us the equation, can we come up with the center and the radius? So I've given you a note here. To find the center and radius of a circle, you're going to locate the center HK and the radius from the standard form. Now, I gave you a hint, and this is pretty important. In order to find R, you're going to have to take the square root of R squared, okay? So if it were to say that your equation equaled 9, okay, whatever is over here on this side, then you would have to take the square root of 9, which is 3, to come up with your radius, okay? That's what I'm saying here. Now remember, from your formula, it's x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. So if you have a minus here, when you pull out that h, it's going to be positive. If you have a plus here or here, work the same way. If you have a plus sign either place, when you pull out those h and k, they're going to be negatives, okay? So you use the opposite sign, in other words. So our center for this first problem here, A, x minus 16 squared plus y plus 9 squared equals 144. It says, find the center and radius of the circle. So our center is going to be it's x minus 16. So when I pull that 16 out, it stays a positive. But that 9, it's y minus a negative 9. So that 9 is going to be negative since there's a plus sign there. So that's our center. And then our radius is going to be at the square root of 144, which is 12. So our radius is 12. And this here would be your final answer for that one. Okay, let's look at B. Our center was going to be it's x plus 8, so that's going to make it a negative 8. And it's y plus 3, so that's going to make it a negative 3. And then our radius is at the square root of 121, which is 11. And by the way, if you don't know these squares, you can key them straight into the calculator and it will give it to you. Okay? Square root of 121 is 11. All right, pause the video, see what you can do with C and D, and then come back and I'll work them. Okay, for C, your center is at negative 2, 1. It's x plus 2, so that's going to be a negative 2. And then it's y minus 1, so that's a positive 1. And your radius is at the square root of 64, which is 8. So this would be your final answer for C. For D, our center is going to be at 5, 7. They're both minuses, so when I pull them out, they're going to be positives, 5, 7. And our radius is at the square root of 36, which is 6. And this would be your final answer. All right, guys, as always, if you have questions, let me know.